Throughout the many installments of the original Yakuza and later Like a Dragon games, it would depict on focus upon an entirely Japanese point of view with organized crime. Naturally, certain details might not be or could not be understood by Western gamers because of the Northeast Asian premise. But the speculative scenario is this: why did Kiryu and everyone else toss off their shirts before important fights? During pre-modern Japan, during the various shogunates, samurai of various regions would engage in battle with those in groups or as entire factionally based armies or regiments. Occasionally there would be those of exceptionally high rank or status, as these individuals would fight one-on-one to test their experience, skill, and to show their prowess in battle to their opponent or to all else who would have witnessed the said fight. Some of these samurai generals or warriors would have elaborate tattoo designs upon their back, often detailing through the tattoo of family history, of military accomplishments, with region of origin, or even unique traits of whatever was worth proclaiming to others through the tattoo. In some of the oldest examples, these tattoo designs were never explicitly depicted in battle, as the individuals always wore armor or clothing to protect themselves in the said conflict. But these battles were often long, tiring, and it was even annoying or such a hassle to wear all of this said armor or even clothing for extended periods of time. So warriors started to take off the armor or upper clothing before battle to display the tattoos and to naturally make it easier for themselves to fight. As time passed, the custom went from fully armored fighters of rank to fighters of various backgrounds. Even shortly before and shortly thereafter the modernization of Japan, the custom of taking off upper pieces of clothing before important battles or fighting important opponents survived. With modern Japan, and particularly after the First and Second World Wars, the custom survived, but only in certain situations or circumstances of the Yakuza method of organized crime. In a semi-official reference to the previous samurai warfare, it had been mentioned through dialogue in multiple examples through the Yakuza and later Like a Dragon games that tossing off your shirt, jacket, or clothing to expose your upper body is to allow more movement within the said fight, as the Yakuza would only do it for an important fighter or if they were fighting multiple opponents. It also had to do with showing off your said tattoo to proclaim who you were to your opponent and, as mentioned, to whomever was also witnessing the said fight. Another semi-official reference are that especially in the pre-Kiwami games of the original canon had slight homosexual undertones, considered fact by Ryuga Gotoku Studios, but this was later removed or lessened by the Kiwami re-establishing the Yakuza timeline, and in the modern retelling of the video game installments and lore, different interpretations had it that a skilled fighter fought as is, and naturally resorting to taking off your shirt to fight bare-chested to show that the fight might be against you, and you need all that you could to potentially survive the encounter. Even a practical aspect of understanding why critical or important fights had characters remove their shirts were because, according to common sense, wearing constricted upper clothing could potentially get you killed during the actual fight. But according to judo or jujitsu techniques, you can be grabbed from the clothing to be choked, thrown, or pushed. All of the said reasons or interpretations could have been theorized as to why Kiryu and the others in the Yakuza or Like a Dragon series of games threw off their shirts before getting ready to participate in important fights.